4. I mean, my God, what a turnaround for KRU. I'm such a fan of this team right now. I love what they've been doing, how Klaus has revitalized them as that new IGL. Really fantastic work. Crucial, so crucial that Loud get the win here.
Interesting, we actually see Sadak, instead of Cohen picking up Breach duties now. The latter, of course, over to the Sky instead. Maybe related to some of the role reassignments here for Loud. Les wants to try and advance up behind this poison orb here, but spotted by the camp instantly, perhaps with some of his cohorts there in B main.
Cam placed by Klaus, which is interesting. Typically playing the Viper, and Shy would be the one on the Sentinel, but a small switch as Loud take the site with ease. Full retake now for KRU.
The nades, that hits hard. Sadak is able to get away, but only barely. No trips here on the B side, just the one in the middle of the map. So Klaus is going to have to get this done the old-fashioned way. QCK takes a swing. Klaus, though, opens up first. Newly dubbed caller for KRU. It's going to be Heat trying to work his way through rafters here. And Kawanzin would love to try and start a pinch here with the players in B main, but this has to happen at the right time. It has to happen together. Shy forced away back around the corner, but Kawanzin has to overextend to find the kill. He does so. Still 4 defenders on the site. Kawanzin and Co have to act quickly, but Sadak has fallen as well. Les is going to bully his way through. Kawanzin got close. But Klaus will come in with a defuse.
Fantastic play from him, just slips out early. So many kills on the retake. And crucially, that first one, the fight against QCK, a duelist that you're looking at to seriously step it up for Loud at this point in the stage. Yet to put up a positive performance on a map up until this point. And of course, massive shoes to fill in the form of Osbos. That has just been the narrative all of this year when we're talking about this squad. Fantastic start here, though, for KRU, despite Kawanzin's best efforts. It was that one tripwire in mid from Klaus that alerted them to that. The Cypher making a difference already. We've seen it so strong in this current meta. It's what Sentinels use on this map to win Madrid.
Fast hit up ramps here for QCK. Melsa gets caught out there, stunned up by the fault line. And now we'll actually see Loud pull it back. Not even towards A main, no, like entirely. Cutting noise and cancelling on this hit. But where else do they get activated?
And Loud, of course, they have actually opted to force into this. Great entry from QCK. That standard double satchel up ramp with the Sky Flash to open the round. Just an easy way to get map control there to pressure and at best get a pick, which is what they've done. And in the meantime, it was just Sadhak containing over towards B so they can work now into that site. Where Klaus has just left his setup to get the information, which he's about to have. Actually goes for a kill, a little bit risky, but once again, going to be able to get out. In similar situation to the pistol, we're going to be in a full retake situation here.
Cam still getting value, though. Big Brother presiding over the B site. Trips got cleared by the Trailblazer now, and Loud are in and amongst this site, but Kesnit chooses this moment to emerge from defender spawn. 2 years nicely done. Shy picked up. Klaus needs to check new box here, and he does. Very, very low as the Cypher, but still a lot to do. Into the backup side, allowed. They are grouped here. This could be a mass swing from KRU. It could be dangerous. It'll be a trade of 1-for-1, but Sadak has seen better days. Tunis has the off angle, though, and Loud converts.
Great setup from Loud there. I mean, you can't ask for much more, right? They have full site control, so of course they're going to plant for B main. Double stack in the back. Player around pillar, player in B main. How are you ever going to crack that crossfire? Nigh impossible. Well done from them. And credit to QCK, we were just talking about him. They force into the round. Bold move from Loud. And he opens things up, makes it all possible. And again, we are just looking at him to step up for this team. Get Loud's first win of this stage. A win they need so desperately. KRU now on the eco.
Might be another fast hit towards ramp, or at least Sadak is gearing up for a fault line. There is no capitalization from Loud there, though. Very much just conditioning, as we saw in the previous round. More of a default look for Loud now, and they're not looking for any early fights.
KRU actually expended their paranoia there, thinking that there could have been a player up into that A ramp position. And because they didn't catch anyone out, look at that massive rotate towards B. Loud have just completely cut noise. They're going for the re-hit.
This macro is so good for Loud so far.
Working the map quite nicely.
All they did was cancel on A, and 4 players from KRU get dragged over to the B side. Now it's time to strike while the anvil is hot. And that's exactly what Loud will do. Into the side they go. The rotation's on the way here for KRU. Kesnit is just about to get some action over there at screens, but already 3 players from Loud onto the site. And now they're well embedded, well anchored, with a player left over towards ramp, and another right in towards sewer.
Meltzer gave them the smoke to try and work in, and Kesnet takes advantage of it. Clean fight with Sadhak to open things up.
Cowanzine probably unable to believe what just happened there. He had no opportunity to make the trade. 2 Years has a great angle. He's able to TP up there and be a nuisance. Melzer eventually will get a sniff of this and want to come down, but unreal from heaven. Cruz able to find that key kill. The classic starting to sing, but QCK once more has risen to the challenge. Kesnet's very, very low, and Melzer will still go for it. No reason not to. Getting that gun off QCK would be big for Kesnet. There might be a chance here as they cross each other. 3 for Kesnet and a rifle. Not too shabby.
We'll take that. I mean, I like as if bro thinks he's on the team. But Crew will take that for sure. A lot of damage done there for against the Loud team. And with an opportunity to start getting their economy rolling, and that's going to get stopped in its tracks.
The reads here from Loud are impeccable, Wyatt.
I do like how they played that. I mean, it was just based on whatever player that was who was hanging around A, heard the paranoia that was sent out, the false info that was, you know, gained from Crew pushing forward there, and Loud take full advantage of it. That was really nicely done. Early dog here from Cowanzine, gonna get broken by Melzer, and from that pressure is gonna TP off, but a pretty key piece of utility nullified right away.
Have a bit of a pause in the action here as Crew do dedicate some resources to this A side of the map. Strictly on virtue of what they heard earlier. Klaus here. In the position to peek towards B main, sees very little. Shy though gets some attention up mid. That's a fault line. It's going to force him back over towards ropes, allowing Loud to set up here in the middle part of the map. This will draw some attention from the B Heaven side.
Good reposition here from Melzer. You can see he's over in A main, and that's allowed Crew to stack up a little bit more aggressively towards Heaven, with Shy as well playing back towards A. So they're going to be quite fast to retake here into B to be able to pressure this hit that's about to come in from the Loud side.
Heat there, heard it, everything he needed to. Okay, aftershock there into the back of the site. That's the cross with the satchel. Clouds flash briefly but holds his line. Paranoia comes in, and that one's going to be harder to fight through. 2 Years though, crucially, takes the sky down. And now you've got to try and come back into this with no flashes. The snake bites at least. Les can set up with those in the post line, and once more, you've got the triangle set up with a player in B main. Shy steps up, sat down instantly. It's all up to Melzer, yet to find a kill, at least with a Paranoia.
Could be the key piece of utility, but again, look at these positions for Loud, just spread into a perfect crossfire here, even without the spike planted, you know, or rather with the spike planted on default, not in B main for the perfect crossfire setup. I mean, even still, how can you crack this as a lone player, right? Melzer is just gonna opt to save, bring that Hero Vandal into the next round, see if he can make something happen then. Of course, a lot of talk about him and being the ex-IGL of the team was last year, and is now swapped over with Klaus for the sake of his own comfortability, for the ability to to pop off, have impact moments, be able to frag, focus on his own game. And we've seen him able to do that so far in this season. I mean, really, all the players on Crew have just been showing off so much of their individual prowess. And just how much that one simple move, swapping that IGL role back to Klaus, has really unlocked some of these guys.
Pretty strong fundamentals there for Loud, just those trades into B give them a favorable post plan.
And you can see right now Sadhak on the map. It looks like he's ready for a stun going up into A Heaven. And there's going to be a fast play up there.
Yep, they've been conditioning this fault line, Wyatt. Now they might look to actually play off of it. Also, though, goes deep into B main, gets a fair bit of information.
Actually taking things just a little bit slower right now.
You see the feet. Clouds pings them out now and even gets a tag with the cam. This is going to force QCK to head back down ramp. Cowanzine to follow.
Kesnet dropping down, just actually given a hero rifle, but gets swatted down by Les. Can that rifle even be recovered at this point? Yeah, cage thrown down by Klaus to get it back into their hands. The only real thing that could be the key into getting an upset round win here. And B main is being controlled by Melzer, has been this entire round, just putting down a smoke there, which has allowed Crew to play elsewhere on the map, focus more heavily on A, which is where the real hit is gathering up. And Klaus, frankly, he has a chance to be the hero with that Vandal. Trip set up on the site. He could go crazy anchoring right now. One through the wall already.
Perfect off the timing of the Seeker. Cloud strikes. He's found a second here. Aftershock would have been a problem for him, but Sardak brings him down anyway. A rifle there to be potentially recovered by Shy. Beautiful explosion by Heat there from Rafters, and now it's up to less. With the spikes so far away, the Seekers are going to confirm the position of the Viper here. The crew have all their angles covered. Melsa doesn't want to challenge this necessarily with just the Sheriff.
10 seconds
but another
left.
confirmation that Les is here. Swing the smoke. He's going to have a crack. Crew get themselves one back.
Really well done from Klaus. I mean, he was the man in position to make or break that round for Crew, and he steps up loud, hitting into that Cypher setup. Him just able to swing back elbow. I mean, of course, listen, the first one you're just spraying through the Viper wall, we'll take that.
I mean, it's off the Seeker timing, right? That was nice. Good for two, and then this explosion. Oh, I love that.
A really nice flood there from Crew. In the 4v5 as well, Coach Adams happy about that. He's been doing a great job with his squad since last year. The success they had in LCQ up till now. Fast play in to be here from Loud. And Kevin shuts it down.
Perfect. Playing off Melza there, hastily getting out of B main. Loud kind of knowing that Crew must have stuck him up pretty close to have peace of mind about remaining on A even after they cut noise in the prior round. That is a great exchange. Les is just try swinging that, so able to find at least one. Let's not forget Rolling Thunder available here for Sardak.
Shy just jiggling to spot things out. Gonna play this one safely. Just keep backing up, jump spotting. And everybody has it getting aggressive, but Satchel's going a little bit awry. At the very least, it's gotten them that space. They've been able to re-clear it, and now it's on Loud to have to re-clear that space again. Kawanzin does have the dog in this 3-on-4 now. But with only 40 seconds left and essentially no map control, this one is going to be extremely tough. If they do end up in A, they're going to run into that Cypher setup as well.
Heat, should he need it, has a Trailblazer to re-clear. There might be a play into heaven, and it may well spot out Kawanzin on the slow push. He's definitely feeling the pinch a little bit right now. That's a smoke towards screens as Kawanzin starts to encroach. There's the re-clear. Now they know. The enemy Sky is playing close by. Flashes exchange. Kawanzin down to 58 here, and Sardak gets the spike down. Melza so far away from the action, it's going to be a while before he gets involved.
But when he does, he has the paranoia online. Look at all that utility. He has smokes as well, 2 of them, and the trips aren't dealt with. This could get really awkward for the Loud guys remaining.
Still there on the site. 2 years waiting for contact here from Screen. Sees it, but it's a little bit too late to the shot. Sardak here now. The Rolling Thunder into 1v2. Does he push ahead of this? There was a TP to get past the Rolling Thunder by Melsa. Still has the ability to do that again. Here they come, one after another. Crew double face and finds success.
Really well done from Crew on the retake. For some reason, I thought Klaus was alive. Those trips, irrelevant, but a good effort from Sardak. Nonetheless, well traded out from Crew.
Has struck fear into you when you still feel those trips after he's died.
I've watched too much John Cutie. At all times on split, I'm way too worried about the Cypher on defense. Anchoring on A, I mean, it's just so strong. So nicely traded out there at the end.
What do you think about that Rolling Thunder there from Sardak?
Listen, it was a bold move, but he had the audio cue on both of them. He knew that they were coming screens. Listen, I'm not mad at it. Sardak is honestly, in terms of his individual play, has been really strong recently. Even on that silly deadlock last week, he was going off. His aim has been crisp. The mechanics have looked good.
Okay, straight up mid here. A lot of mid presence for Loud. Shy into ropes here, back to safety for now. It's going to allow Kawanzin to embed, and he has the means to check this more than once. This is audacious. He hears plenty of footsteps there in heaven.
Might catch an amazing timing. Look at the 2 players on Crew. They want to re-clear main. Oh my god.
He's going to go down.
Just taps one down. Kawanzin makes noise. They're so aware. Forced back now. Still fighting in main is Klaus. A bit disconnected from the rest of the squad, and it gives Loud an opening to get into the site.
Oh my goodness, QCK! He has a sixth sense for it.
Spike planted.
Crew now left to pick up the pieces. Attempt this retake with only 2, and Kesnet, as per usual, wants to waste no time in doing so. Didn't spot QCK from behind the barrier, but now knows he's there. From below is Sadak, dragging him down to the 7th circle. And Loud win that round out with 4 up.
Cowanzine taking a page out of the Brazilian brothers book from MIBR. A little bit of that lurking sky activity. 2 times in the back line there. A bit of that distraction though. Listen, he did pull the attention away there from, who was that? Heat and Shy, I want to say, that were up there in heaven. And then Klaus got in that awkward little disconnected fight where he was alone in main. Sadhak got that crucial kill to get them the space, to get into the site. But again, QCK coming up huge right now. Wins them around outright with a fantastic rocket. Man that we're looking at to step up for Loud.
Once again, we have a non-committal set up here for Loud and the fault line for Sadak available. They are walking ramp. No one in heaven though. Look at this push down mid. This is so KRU. Go in an eco. Send everyone mid with pistols. Sadak is about to get more than he bargained for. And that's the spike!
Down A.
How can they play around it though at this point? Still quite scary with the bad weapons. Heat has the Vandal in his hands. KRU have had opportunities with these hero rifles and they've made them work before. Les, nice kill onto Klaus.
Spike recovered.
Tui's uses ultimate to do so. Heads up play.
Les here, this time not a dry wide swing on a ramp. He's more than happy just to play back on this a little bit. Paint shells affecting Tui's here, who has the spike. He does not want to get interrupted here. Kessit though brought down. The anchor presence for Loud on A is very strong. And his spike punch should be well protected with KRU trying to probe their way down ramp, and now they'll split.
Shy, a great player in these late round situations, has been such a fantastic addition to the KRU squad. This is where he thrives, but Les catches him out. And he just relegated to saving this Vandal.
Looked like there could have been something there, right? KRU able to find Sadak, but they don't know who else is in sewers. How do they know?
Tough to continue pushing down there, right? Because if they do, they're going to be facing a player. It's so likely, right, that they're set up when Sadak is there that it's a 1-1-3. There's going to be one guy B main, which was the case. And then if more people are coming back sewers, all of a sudden they're in a crossfire with bad weapons, bad situation. And frankly, I mean, just Tui's having his ultimate that round simplifies everything for the Loud guys. 5-3 lead now on split. A great start for them. And we said it before, but this is a must-win game for them, damn near.
And they're treating it like that. Classic little tech is there to recover the spike. Mel's aggression in B main is helping KRU make more informed decisions about whether or not to gamble on that A side.
Almost a certainty he's just going to drop that Viper's pit to control that space. They've left Klaus over on the B side with the setup, and the rest of the team focus a bit more towards that.
Could be just a fake here on ramp with a fault line. Sadak doesn't have the spike. Left that behind a little bit. Melzer again always wants to fight for more of that early info. Hit by the fault line and the flash confirmed, but no mechanism for follow-up there for Loud.
And Shy not even really feeling too pressured to have to use that pit in mid. Just has the poison orb up with a trip to play off of, and Klaus getting that info B main, which he is about to get. This trip is going to have to be broken. Cam as well there. We'll see if tries to anchor, gets one. Wow, great. Pops that ult as well. Just needs to slip away at this point. They're going to refight.
Of course, it's KRU. Works out well. Trying to bring QCK down. Cohen's in a little bit late into heaven. Just the one. The spike, though, not committed in the hands of Sadak here. And this means that Les has to try and find a way in here on the A side of the map.
Just trying to work off of that wall right now as Sadhak slowly heads over to the A side. Some decent space, but of course doesn't know about the player on the ramp.
What's he looking for?
Just hoping to see if maybe there's someone he can find backside, find a pick deep here. Might end up in a fight with Kesnet, but
oh, that timing.
It's all a game of timings right now. Kesnet spots them out.
What? 1 HP, and he may have scuppered the plans for Loud. Sadak at least able to respond. And there's plenty more where that came from. KRU get themselves A key one here in round 9.
So nicely dealt with. They didn't even have to use that pit in mid, so they've still got an option to use that later. Shy just never really felt any pressure. And again, it's just on Clouds. This guy this season just revitalized his career entirely. IGLing and somehow fragging significantly better on the roll than he did last year. Incredible stuff from him.
And we're better to demonstrate this against a team who notoriously hates to play Sentinels in their comps. Loud does not bring that in.
They love the double flashes. Sadak has said it many times. He doesn't think Sentinels are that important. He would rather have flashes to dump into the enemy team. And he does have those in the form of 4 with the breach in the sky. Good for the big executes for sure, and they're gathered up for one on A.
First the Trailblazer here, scouts outside, gets caught in a trip briefly. Klaus down to the paint shells though. He'd looking to face up, but a turn away from the flash, but Sadak gets it with a second one. Loud dumping that util just as we discussed into the site now. Shy might try and challenge this. No, the aftershock forces him off that rafter angle, and Sadak is still able to find him. Melsa with it all to do, headed towards screens.
Sadak as well. Fallen is still available, is gonna send that out. Doesn't catch Melser, but really good positioning right now from Loud. It's going to be so tough for him to get anything done here, and he's just going to opt to save this. A good move if you look at the economy as well late into the game. They're going to be able to have a good buy on this following round. Loud just, as we were saying, they take advantage of the comp that they're running here, able to pull off these massive executes. That's what the Breach excels at. It doesn't flow well at all times throughout the game, but when you have a big set piece like that, dealing with him is incredibly difficult.
It feels like Sadak sees 2 players come for him there in mid, communicates that to Loud saying, hey, I think A is much more lightly held right now. You can probably just contact in there. And so they did. So much of this game swirls around Sadak there as the eye of the storm.
QCK again. I believe he does count as the first kill, I believe, when he got that nade in there deep, if I remember correctly. We'll see. Oh, well,
Klaus got it first.
All good. they traded out even. That counts as the first kill and a first death for both. It won't show that on the stat sheet, but we know that in our hearts. QCK has really been doing a better job this game than in some we've seen from him recently. Impressive stuff so far.
And Sadak unburdened by making those more coach-esque decisions now. Able to continue to take strides mechanically. Melsa fault line. Can always TP away from that if required, and Kesnet was there.
Typically on these rounds, Melser has been controlling B main with ease for most of them. And Loud have just dealt with that with a fault line. Pushed up 2Es to get that space, keep his eyes on it. And then of course in the meantime here it's Less and Kawanzine just working towards the A side. Trying to see if any crew players are going to go for a peek, posted up on the angles.
If anyone would, it's crew.
And now just waiting for the rest of the team to rotate back on this anti-eco round. And there it is, Heat finally. Just too tempted, just had to find out what was going on ramp and gets punished.
Playing right into Loud's hands. Here they head towards the site though. QCK stunned up though. And will eventually make the way over to A with 3 of those crew players grouped up towards screens, but Sadak is wise to it. Maybe even that was through smoke. That rafter smoke dissipates, but no one from crew is taken up residence inside heaven. Slowly, Melsa looks to try and re-clear it and have a vantage point with that sheriff. But Loud are so embedded here. They're virtually in the walls. Melsa at least is able to dodge away from that flashpoint. Kesnet steps up to meet his maker.
Double swing with Sadak and 2Es, who's playing over on the ramp side. Just making things look easy. Sadak is just fragging out in this game as well. This guy is really stepping it up individually. It's pretty mental to watch. I mean, look at him go, 12 and 8, top fragging the server right now. What can he do, Mitch? What can he do?
The early hit here as well, it looked as if they were hit by a Trailblazer or something similar. I think QCK stunned as they got into the site, but they were still able to keep walking up.
Nicely dealt with, and now a final opportunity for crew to get the round and Loud.
Okay, what is this?
Wealth, absolute wealth on their part. They have 3 ops posted up right now on attack for any crew players that might get antsy. Go for a little contact push, a little peek, just, it can't hurt. What if I just, jump spot and try to get a little bit of info, and then Oh, there's 3 ops on attack right now, ready to drop, pick up a rifle.
But they are asking Crew to contact
they are
into
tempting
this.
fate right now. I mean, of course, they have no idea this is ridiculous, but some opportunities for Loud to get a cheese kill to open this up.
All right, 2 years is off the silly sauce. I think all of them have left Vandals in easily accessible locations. So Loud making a switch up here. On this 1 minute timing, sending QCK and Cohen up mid.
And at this point, they've made quite a bit of noise across the map. There are op shots on both sides. You can see how spread the Crew defense is right now. Shy pops the pit to try and slow this down.
Ooh, he avoids a rolling thunder. QCK looks to spam through. Shy wants to inch forward. The paint shells, though, going to make him think twice about that. He will inhabit that pit for the time being, and this is forced Loud over in the A direction, but the Seekers from Crew see all of this.
30 seconds.
Klaus anchored on the side, hit by a flash. Cyber Casey give him a little bit of room to breathe, and he wins out the battle. That's a big one, but there's more to be done. Long-range showstopper there, sidestep by Sadak, but he's low. 2 years getting involved, but it's up to QCK now.
Great swings.
He's had a great game, but this might be too much to ask for. Crew get themselves another one before the half. And that's a sigh of relief here. Loud piling on the pressure
Switching
wire.
sides.
Great big swing from Crew there at the end. The triple face into screens. And listen, this one is close. Both teams right now, they're showing out. I think both teams are looking quite strong. Could go either way.
Absolutely here, Loud with 7. Let's see how this plays out in that final round here. Rough one for Loud.
One enemy remaining.
Just forced into this rotate. I mean, they had to play into Crew's hands because of that hit that came down from Shy. And you could see the instant rotate from Crew. They were so fast to meet them on the A site. They just herded them over there. Perfect.
Game, especially about the weaker sites on the extremities.
And on the defense side as well, Breach here just notorious for so many trap play setups. Though usually you would see that kind of thing off the site for the agent that Sadhak despises, but even still, that is going to be a main point of this Loud defense. I mean, almost just some random spam to open things up here. Paranoia Separatus could get big value if this mid push comes to fruition from Crew.
Probing here, but no commitment yet from Crew. Poison Orb thrown up, and 2 years. Let's throw a smoke down. He was preparing a Paranoia, I think, for that push. Gearing up for some of this breach utility.
Loud have read this. I mean, look at the stack. They've got 4 players onto the site already. This is going to be so tough for Crew.
Look how far forward Cohen is. That's why. 2 years again. Stealing sight. Paranoia this time. How does he look to play off of it? Cyber Cage thrown up to give Crew a little bit of protection. They'll take a smattering of damage, but an aftershock from Sadag claims heat. Devastating. Less a little bit low. Klaus is actually able to step up and get a cam here into heaven. This means that Crew can now flood in and play from this high ground position. Paint shells now thrown down, but 2 years is undetected in this low spot. He's able to find Kez at the very least, but it's a one and done. Sadak at 6 HP from the side eventually is accosted by Shy, but Les gets involved from heaven once more. Melsa will likely have to play from elbow here. Now Trailblazer is going to look to seek him out. Paranoia gets eaten. He's a flash over the top, dangerous for Melsa. Can't find the shot. And this is what Loud are looking for. What a way to start this defense.
And you pointed it out, Cowan just pushing all the way up into like B main, right up to the tripwire there. A crucial piece in allowing Loud to just overstack towards the A site. With that mid push not coming in, it was just all too readable, Mitch. They were perfectly set up for that. I mean, how can you get in? I mean, this is, first of all, that's unfortunate. But even past that, right? I mean, the crossfire setups from Loud, how can you deal with that? And a perfectly played 2v1, just swinging together, closing things out, not giving Melser a chance. And that's 2 pistol round wins now for Loud in this game. Crew with a lot of work to do to make up for that deficit.
Can't ask for more than that in a scrappy matchup that we've seen transpire here on Split. It's a fault line, but no follow. Again, the conditioning begins here for Loud.
And a pretty typical open that you're going to see here when they have that Cypher right, just watching towards A. Players probing, trying to take other areas of the map while the Cypher tries to find an opening. But on a round where you've only got pistols, I mean, nothing is really going to come to fruition here for the Loud side.
It won't come easy at the very least, will it?
No, certainly not.
Klaus, though, is on the tools. He's putting the work in. And Cowanzin was pushing up on those rafters, gets punished. Les Broods within the smoke and chooses his time to swing. That was a crossfire on him. Two's extremely low. He's going to hear some of this, though. This for Loud has gone awfully awry. Lots of noise being... Oh, my shy! Okay. A little nasty on the ropes, I see.
I mean, you've got to be joking. The second I'm talking about, the pistols there, they lost one. I mean, how the hell do they pick up those 2 kills in mid? That just should never be happening. But when we're looking at KRU, when we're looking at the individual skill, the form that these guys have been in the past 3 weeks, it feels like at any point, anyone on this team can hit a crucial shot. Melser seals the deal onto Sadak. What an eco round. That pistol win, be gone, irrelevant.
What a way to subvert our expectations here. Let's see how that went down. You're gonna talk me through a way.
Oh my God, I mean, what a shot from Klaus. Oh, let's just, I mean, this awkward double swing. Again, what a shot. I mean, these guys have just been so cracked these past few weeks. All of them just feel revitalized individually. Guys that when we were looking at KRU in the past, it was Kesnit and friends. And now the friends they're really good. They're right there with him.
Well, Les just wanted to swing that smoke. Didn't respect the mid presence. Some early action here. 2 years able to get out, but only just. Kesnit could have pursued, but doesn't know about that heaven presence. But now 2 years, he knows his number is up. Kesnit starts to take advantage. Smoke in heaven will cut less than QCK1 out of the action. It's a fault line from afar for Sadak, but nobody remotely bothered by it. Paranoia actually hits Kesnit there, but as 2 years tries to cross the safety, Shy brings him down. Here's some attention from heaven now, and it's a shooting range. Just Sadak. And he doesn't have much to do here at all. Get some damage done. Oh my goodness, Loud got folded.
It's small things, Mitch, but I appreciate that in the midst of that execute. Was there an opportunity probably for Kesnit to just push up, wrap, fight 2Es and kill him? Yeah, but
Satchel in.
they just slow it down and nade him. This team is just playing a very fundamentally sound game, which is just in juxtaposition to the KRU that we remember of last year, where at times you're watching Kesnit and you're watching a guy who feels like he has to go nuclear all the time.
Feels like he has
everything.
to win the game for his team in the past, right? Now he says he's the Kesnit that plays for his team. Operator here in the hands of QCK. That one, though, is down mid. 2 years will be staved off by that poison orb.
And falling off B main now are KRU as Kesnit and Klaus just trying to work up, get some space off of that Viper wall. Facing now into the site as the rest of the team gather up with them. Flash is going to get some info from Kawanzine, but not enough to convince the rest of the Loud players to rotate just yet.
They don't have big main control Loud. But eventually they are going to start sending less to reinforce this A side. Anchor players will be Kawanzine and Sadak as per usual.
That off and mid from QCK is offering some pretty decent info though, and it has allowed Les to pick up this angle. While actually rotating potentially up into mid now, QCK is in fear.
They don't go in the direction of the operator in the end. Another fault line towards heaven here as KRU trend back towards the A side. Paranoia dodged by Kawanzine, not even close. Flash gives no information, but here comes that swing from main. Kawanzine wants to hold the line, but Shy's a little better. Oh my, the anchors!
30 seconds left.
Absolutely torn from the side, and the Viper's pit. In towards elbow in the screens. Limited options now for Loud. I don't think Les even bothers.
What a fantastically called round from Klaus. The IGL, just as he said, that pump fake, just suddenly that pressure onto QCK. You know he's getting worried. He's saying over comms that they're coming up vent right now. He has to fall off, and you can see less on the minimap. He was watching heaven from the spawn side. He starts to fall off a little bit. Things are just getting so messy, and KRU take full advantage of it. Then they burst into the A site, just swarming the 2 anchors. I mean, what can they do when they're getting pushed down from elbow, from main, heaven? What a great round from KRU.
Elaborate too. The mid-rounding was pretty elegant.
Absolutely. I just love what I'm seeing from Klaus this stage.
Just walk up here. Oh, the pressure on Sadak. He
just doesn't know where to look. He has to just watch everything at once. He's only got 2 eyes. He doesn't have a and set his team up. A lot of eyes on the operator here, which is actually now, hold on, that's being swapped over to Les. He's got that to watch the line on A. While the rest of the team, it looks like they're set up for a big play in B main with Sadhawk fault line in hand, ready to fight here.
Okay, it's actually a defensive smoke, not even a one-way, and yet Loud want to try and push through this. That made enough noise to wake the dead. Kesnit, does he have the right angle? He's trying to play an off angle here in advance, but still through the smoke. Here comes Loud. Kesnit's got nowhere to go, but still does the dead. How does he come out on top? That is absurd. How does he navigate that situation?
I thought Loud were screwed when they were jumping out of the smoke. I couldn't believe they get 2. How does it? I mean, full blind brings it back to the 2v2.
Not just that. I can't believe that. They're in a favored position now. How about a contact here towards A with no threat? Not that I know that. But look at this, straight away, Kesnit gets there. That spike is going down. Shy able to play here from ramp, and Louder a long way from the action.
At the very least, Sadhawk is able to recover a rifle from that slew of corpses outside of B. And a ton of utility up. His fault line just recharged. He didn't end up using an aftershock or either of the flashes early in the round. So critical on this retake will be that utility, but will he even have a chance to use it?
Shy, the timing didn't favor him. Sadhawk wins it out. Kesnit, a little battered here, a little damaged. Paint shells to his name. Is probably going to deal with a high-low setup here from Loud, but he sees Les first. He swings it. Now the 1 versus 1 for Kesnit. Fault line comes in, he stands his ground. He will go down with this ship. Crosses down to 15, and he's done it! Sadhawk comes up with nothing. And KRU, what an unlikely way to turn the round for a Red Bull clutch.
I'm just stunned. I can't believe they won that round. I can't believe they won it after the initial action. I can't believe Kesnit wins that in the end. I mean, Loud looking a little bit silly there. I mean, you could see Les was jumping down. He was looking like Boostio, and he did have a mouse just jumping around trying to fade out the peak.
Hey, this Boostio won the round.
And Sadhawk just still in heaven, just wasn't in the right place to trade off of it, just getting a little bit disconnected. Wasn't sure maybe if he wanted to use utility.
Cover going on.
Oh my God, I can't believe that. KRU fast into B main now, taking control.
Here's that Rolling Thunder. Limited chance to play off of it, though, as a Snakebite will cover the retreat here for KRU. And they'll add some more util on top, just to make sure their pursuers are kept at bay.
Really did a nice job baiting out that Rolling Thunder. I mean, of course, they've lost B main control, but look at how much has been expended here. The nade as well now from QCK. At least he is 1 away from his ultimate, that showstopper, getting online.
The second Rolling Thunder from Sadhawk that isn't really used in like a full team situation and execute one.
And that dog got so much information just then for Heat. Klaus taking advantage of it, posts up all the way into Vent. Loud right now. I do like how they're responding to this, playing close to B main. If they can just hold that, they can give up the site, but control that crucial area of the map here.
Osik is pretty illuminating. Loud want to post up here. Shy has been left in reserve. Will he wait on the corner to his attention now elsewhere? This is when Shy can pounce. Heat trying to keep them interested. And the catnip works out perfectly. Now, from spawn, Loud have to try and find a way out. Fault line to hopefully pave the way. I mean, there's a lot of bells and whistles here. But Loud need to manifest an advantage. And they can't, they know it.
Just no desire to go for that. I mean, you could see the whole time Cowanzine, he was just...
Oh, it's chalked.
He was just sat in vents. And look at the state of the economy. KRU have no problem hunting for this. The wealth disparity is out of control right now on Split. No reason not to hunt for these. KRU 10-8 lead now, and it just comes down to that play in B main. I have no problem with how Loud responded to that loss of mid control. They have to take B main and fight there, but they just lose the fights. The KRU players are so skilled, so in that flow state when it comes to the duels.
If further back, and that's hard to do. That's a long walk.
And now KRU, again, just leaving Klaus over towards A main, gonna control that with the cam, play around the Viper wall, set up in the 1-3-1 here. Standard open to the round, gonna dog through this poison cloud. Fake TP as well, or not even a fake, sorry, just CPing high, yeah, to try and get that angle over into vent.
Could leave Melsa here for a time. And Boombot headed into Mail and was promptly disassembled. Zine, what is there to see? A trip, that's it. Doesn't know anything that's happening down in sewer, but still has a sixth sense about it.
This is a lot of false info from Zine. Expecting at this point maybe to just see the Cypher, and only sees the Cypher again. But Les is gonna rotate. Oh, Sadak, what a peek. Great kill.
Sadak saw the Cypher too, but he completed the kill. Oh my, Kesnitz! Unleashed once more! Les now gonna try and make his way out here. A Viper's been thrown down to give them that later access to elbow and some of the sight. That's not enough to dissuade Kesnit. He still wants to plant. They're going for A.
Crucially though, Meltzer does have the paranoia right now. That could be a round-winning piece of utility here for KRU.
Showstopper for QCK. Now where does this go? Kesnin is close by, but he's tucked on the right-hand side. QCK has to know about this. Kesnin, no way! He gets away with it. Paint shells, he holds his ground. A bit of damage, but no kill. 5 HP left on QCK. And Shy is waiting for him. Beautiful!
Oh my
Crushed
God.
under the weight of this KRU post-plant. And that's 11 rounds on the docket.
What a transfer. Oh my God. I mean, Shy is a late round player. I love this pickup from in the off season for KRU, bringing him in from Lev. I think a criminally underrated player. I mean, late last year with Lev, when that team was, you know, struggling, clawing for wins, he was the guy bringing them over the finish line in a lot of games, and I thought that was a great upgrade here for KRU. And now surrounded by so much other talent, this team just looks electric.
Blinded.
Taking a win here on Split would be huge and potentially devastating for Loud. They would be out of contention for their first international event. KRU would not be guaranteed to qualify for our playoffs, but they'd be pretty darn close. Fault line here. The little off center for Sadak. He might be a bit exposed and is quickly able to get back to safety.
Decent amount of util used already from the Loud side. Trying to go for a little trap play potentially in B main, find a pick there. At the very least, they're going to retain some control off the one-way for now.
I don't think KRU want to let them have B main indefinitely, but that one way is about to be refreshed. So mid it is.
Contacting up slowly now. But with that cloud going down, they feel pressured to use their info gathering utility.
They know QCK's on rafters at the very least. They are looking to challenge this, but the fault line came in from Sadak as he is in spawn. Shy eventually wins out. That's that B main control now established. You can now split onto B.
30 seconds left.
Shy will be slow about it, but he'll get there. QCK holds his ground on the site, but he finds him from upper. Melsa here can catch Sadak, but is more concerned about the rope's rotation. Cam removed. Sadak gives away his position. For Melsa, it's all too easy. But Zine realizes he needs to get out of dodge. Loud have one more chance to keep this map alive.
Shy is just absolutely cooking in B main. He just can't be stopped. It's another round where he essentially just gets the pivotal impact kill that gives KRU the round win. But I just love, I love the calling right now from Klaus. He's working across the map, getting up into mid, and then they felt a little bit of pressure, and boom, did you see the reaction time on just getting the dog, the Boombot out, pressuring into vent and into heaven at the same time. I mean, you can't ask for any more from Shy, man.
It's elementary from that point, right? The trades are good. The defenders have no heaven control. Sadak's late to the party. There you have it. Map point coming up here for KRU.
I just, in no point watching KRU, I feel like I've seen quality attack side rounds like this. At no point in their history. At no point have they been this consistent. 3 weeks of wins in a row, about to take another map right now. They've had those flash in the pan moments like at LCQ, at some of the international events, they'll get a big upset win here and there. But this high level of consistency is new to them. On match point now, gathered up outside of A. They haven't really gone for a lot of big hits. This might be the first time they do it.
Everybody from KRU group there. Sadak takes a licking early.
Toxins going up.
Shy here set up to deny rafters.
Toxin screen down.
And there it is. Snakebite, even some trips being thrown down here at the top of ramps. Crew might just want to push their way through A main, but this aftershock is going to be forcing them to wait. More info in towards Heaven. Crew now making their intentions pretty clear. Paranoia also to catch Rafters. Klaus keeping an eye on ropes now. Tentatively, Crew start to take control of this part of the map.
This mid-round for Crew now is pivotal. They've expended a lot of utility. They know that they've drawn rotates at this point. They've made so much noise.
Shadows traveling.
What is their response going to be? They're slowing things down.
They finally crossed that Heaven opening. Sarnak wasn't watching the line. Too much pressure for him. Cohen's in is low. Look at how bad the anchors are for Loud. They're barely alive, but they hold their ground for now. QCK chooses his time to come out from ropes. Butter blows up in his face. 2 years.
Seconds left.
Makes sound and is forced back. Cohen's in was always going to be lit there. And 2 years is on the outside looking in. Spike isn't even planted yet, and he has to do something truly extraordinary to keep this map alive.
Spike planted.
But look at this setup. How can he crack this, man?
Trip behind him. He can't even go down. Revs and Crew. A dominant opener to this.
Expect with the Viper, especially on attack, as I think Ender was saying as well, just trying to use that Viper wall to kind of get free space by contacting up, playing behind it, not having to expend Sova utility using a drone. And you can see right now it is up in mid, right? Threatening that when it's up, they could be walking up there. And it's going to force Crew to kind of re-clear that space. But it's Loud making early presence towards A. Just sort of containing B. As 2E's playing quite far back.
Just fancying that early orb control. Prioritizing Sartak for that. Null command obviously pretty crucial to break open these Sentinel-held sites.
There was a recon sent into B main from Klaus, but it fully expired, wasn't broken, didn't get a ping. This could be false info.
They do not know what is headed for them. It's going to clear logs. Push over to a switch room. QCK takes a big amount of damage. Also spotted out by the turret. Paranoia catches onto 2. QCK does the dance and comes out on top somehow. Now is able to back away towards the Spidey. He finds a second after taking most of his health and damage. 2 huge kills for the duelist. Loud only at a deficit of 1 player and now headed into the plant.
Pretty good setup so far for Loud. The B main position is always incredibly important on the retake, where less is right now.
Oh my! Crew love to fight!
Love this.
And Les has got to make it up from B main. Not even close, baby.
I just love how Crew played that with pace. The smoke was down B main. It's so likely someone is going to be there. Let's just ignore them. We're just sprinting into the site together. They have so much confidence in each other right now as well to swing off of each other, take these fights. I mean, even here early on, they're actually trying to explode out through the smokes before the Loud players even got into the site, but great trading there at the end. I love the decision, again, to just activate with that pace and entirely ignore less. And right now, into this next round, Kesnet is actually picking up the Outlaw. There is going to be a Sheriff bought from QCK on the Loud side. So in the round after this, that's going to potentially throw a wrench in the works as far as the economy, not having a heavy armor, getting one shot at fire.
Some action here spotted. There is Kesnet striking true for 2.
Spike down A.
Cohen's in left to pick up the pieces. And my God, there are a lot of them. At least has the spike to hand. With his tower between his legs, will give back a main. Oh, man.
Just knowing there was a gap in mid that they could have been working off the Viper wall in the meantime, which was exactly the case.
One enemy remaining.
Cerebral from
Spike
Kesnet,
down A.
making it look easy with the scoped weapon. It's going to be important to check in on that Loud economy in the next one, see what they can actually afford to buy up here. In terms of, again, it's just dealing with the heavy armors. I love second round Outlaw buys because, frankly, it has implications for the entire series, in my opinion. If you know that the other team is Outlaw friendly, later when you're on an eco round, you're just going to full classics if you lose the pistol. There's
like another
no
free
reason
round.
to take the risk. Yeah, I really am a big fan of the Outlaw here.
There's your flawless. This is how it all starts. Kesnet holds that heaven angle. Centimeter perfect work.
One enemy
So close to the knives already, and you can see it has made a bit of a difference where 2E's has been relegated down to the Bulldog. favoring getting the heavy armor as well as full utility.
Less here with an Odin. Spam in the B direction. I guess that... I mean, no one else doesn't like him. Body shot there. The finish is perfect. No notes, folks. 2 years able to catch him as he tries to get back down. Catwalk, but Shine's gonna be there. In the mid, he goes for 2. He doesn't see any more action, but Loud are already decimated. Cowanzine so low. Bless not set up to succeed with that Odin either.
The confidence that these guys have in each other right now is just outrageous. Swinging together there. The shots that they're all hitting.
Last player standing.
This is
Spike
a
down
crew that
B.
we've never seen before. This is a different crew than when we saw them on that LCQ run. It's just incredible.
We've seen peaks from them, right? We've seen these incredible moments, but this is consistency from crew. Consistent excellence over the last few weeks. Unless he's about to get mulched here. Melzer has anything to say.
Bonus round converted from crew. I mean, the play from Kesnet as well. I mean, pushing down Cat with the Outlaw and just the confidence, like, nah, I'm swinging you with the Sheriff.
On a round,
just...
well, you know you won't get insta-kills. You know your opponents have bought that armor up. Still going for it? Hair-raising gameplay.
I mean, this is just alpha activity from Kesnet.
He's mogging.
I mean, he's been one of the top duelists in the game for years, making a name for himself back at, like, Champions 2021. He's been so consistent the entire time, just hasn't really been in a position to get his flowers because crew haven't flourished themselves.
He doesn't have time to water him. He's long since left spawn. He never comes home. Not even for Christmas.
Going out. Here.
Smoke thrown out to imply a potential cross to wine on that A side of crew. They will continue to focus their crosshairs towards mid and Catwalk, and Kesnet starting to rotate.
And that alarm bot you're seeing down mid right now. The Cowanzine tried to break with the shock dart.
Missed.
It's going to be an important piece of utility to keep your eyes on as this half progresses. Of course, on this anti-eco, not as much as the full gun rounds, but it's what's going to keep this Viper in check, keep that mid wall in check. To get the info if the Loud players are really lurking up off the back of it, or if it's just being put up to feign presence and they're going elsewhere.
Stealing sight.
Paranoid did catch on a QCK there, who's gone straight to Gen. Bit of an awkward position to be in, but he's able to cover Melsa beautifully.
Spike down A.
And the rest, as they say, is history. Once again, it's less.
30 seconds left.
With very little to do here. Crew often playing in a way to negate the Viper wall, to play ahead of it. Here, they just have the right read. They hold down on A. And Melsa has that odd off angle that looks risky, but it pays off.
Look at the economy right now for crew as well. I mean, Les not even able to get one. There's already 3 players with over 4K on crew. Clean sweep on this round. They are rolling on Ascent defense, the favored side. This could just get absolutely
Enemy
out of
remaining.
control.
Are we seeing a blowout in the making?
I don't want to get ahead of myself here. I think this is a great timeout called right now from the coaching staff of Loud. Momentum so firmly in the hands of crew. Ever since when you go back to the second half of map 1, when they lost, to try and go for a little play off of that. Try and find the pick when he's actually picking that orb up, something along those lines. But that doesn't seem to be the case right now. It looks like QCK is going to be in position to try and work up mid, maybe a recon close mid or something along those lines. Oh, we'll just play off that wall. There's going to be that drone to clear mid.
You're right, though. They are looking for that orb on the B side. Already, Shy has gotten into B main. Drone behind him. Wanted to check behind that lobby. I don't think, though, Les gets spotted.
A lot invested from Loud to break that alarm bot. But it is so important with how the mid rounds here are going to play out and how the crew rotations are actually going to operate. It's going to keep them more spread, less confident in being able to stack towards certain sites.
A lot invested in hiding information through the middle part of the map here. It's a defensive knife, though, that spots a heck of a lot. All of Loud get revealed there. And they're running out of time in this round to make the play.
It is dwindling a bit. But look at the defense, excuse me, right now for KRU. They have stacked up massively towards the A side. And all the while, Les has just been containing outside of B, making sure that those KRU defenders didn't push all the way out, get the information. And so it's going to allow them to gather up here, go for this full hit. Yeah, QCK making noise over on A as well. This site is going to be more than free, and they're going to have that Hunter's Fury for the post plant as well.
Shy got lit there.
10 seconds
Knife reveals the Killjoy in towards defender spawn, so Loud get exactly what they wanted, leaving QCK behind to sell the fake at A. Means it is an open B site. Here's a Hunter's Fury. Cohen's in looking to line it up. Find one tag there, but that is all. Klaus going a little bit low, trying to play through from Market. Knife towards Boathouse. Should also have given a lot of info for the defenders now on this retake attempt. It's Kesnet stepping up. Just the one for him for the time being. Sardak trying to drop below the masonry. And on the fight, it's going to be Heat pushing up. QCK here in towards B main. And systematically, KRU have dismantled this site.
QCK could just never find a good timing to get out of the smoke. The peaks from KRU there are just fantastic. The fundamentals from these guys right now absolutely contain QCK. They are playing, I love how they're playing around B main right now. It is such an impactful position in the post plants on that site.
It's just like the pistol wire. This retake on B. They ignore B main, mostly. And they slice up the pie, baby.
Just swinging together. Everything going perfectly for them. And that was off their first timeout as well, Loud. At least, though, with the spike going down, an economy just good enough to get a buy in here.
Loud are still looking for answers. 5 rounds to KRU here. Their defense purring along nicely. Oh my goodness! What prescience from Shy! Then Alchemman turned off all his utility, so he instead chooses to get his hands dirty. QCK falls. Sardak sitting inside switch rooms, able to hold his ground, but for how long? It's Tui's. Through tiles from mid. Sets up the 2 versus 2, but the spike is still in B main. Sardak the one most proximate to it, and Tui's is gonna have to do the thing. Ult in, grab the spike, head for A.
1 versus 2. Can't be understated how important this is. Loud, no momentum right now. Everything firmly in KRU's hands. This would be huge for Tui's.
Spoke up to obscure his movements. He doesn't back away. There's gonna have to be a wider poke from Kesnet to see around this. Tui's wants to break these 2v1 into 2 1v1s. Sees the body, can't connect, and there's Kesnet from the top rope. Make it 6 for KRU. Nothing seems to rattle these guys.
You just can't stop him. Kesnet is just an outrageous player. And with this system around him, I mean, this team is absolutely electric right now.
What was that swing in B main, Wyatt? That was ridiculous.
I need to see that again. I need to see what that was off of, or if that was just pure intuition on that swing from Shy.
Enemy remain.
There was Odin spam coming through as well, perhaps just serving as an ounce of distraction. But I do also just, with that, they knew that the split was coming in and they wanted to fight for one side of that split, not just be routed into sight, forced to stave off the entire hit themselves.
The economy in the dumpster here for Loud. Trying to get what they can. Hero rifles for QCK and Tui's.
Again, drone up mid, alarm bot gonna be popped off.
You said it was important. That's how KRU know it's not just a fake of the wall being thrown up. Now they know there's actual presence here.
Tui's as well over on the A side was spotted by a knife and Shy. Almost in a duel there with QCK. Flash goes over the top for him to try to get a peek. Kesnet just updrafting, continuing to just gain a little bit of information for the team. Is forced to play from spawn though with that alarm bot broken. They have to pick up mid, and now Shy's rotating there. They know he could be close.
Oh, straight into the line though, wasn't quite ready. And that gives QCK enough time behind the Cloud burst to head towards Market. Cloud suppressed for the time being with the Odin. Doesn't rattle off the shots the way you would have liked. Now KRU trying to encircle here, but it's going to be a while before they are set up to put some pressure back on this post plant.
He does have the null command if they so choose to use it. Melser has a paranoia as well that, frankly, if it goes in that logs area, could catch a lot of players, but somehow Loud on a bad buy are actually about to get their first round. And it really just came down to such an awkward timing with Shy where he did a weapon swap that, I mean, frankly, he just didn't really need to do. He was just pressing his keys. It just caught him at the absolute worst time to open this round up. A little bit unfortunate, but I mean, damn, if you're Loud, you will take absolutely anything at this point to get something on the board.
Nothing easy for Loud. Nothing has been for the entirety of this first stage. 0-2. Staring down the barrel of having to look from the outside in on the playoffs.
And again, similar to map 1, QCK is actually starting off somewhat hot early. He's 7-6 on attack on the previous map. He was top fragging, but as things went on, he wasn't able to keep that up. Again, last map went negative, has not put up a positive map yet with Loud this stage. Just looking for this guy to step up. He's had some maps where he's gone crazy with them, but
it's been here and there, right?
Yeah, here and there, and this has to be one of them.
Toxin screen down.
Cohen's in back on Odin duty. Kesnit! Okay, it's one of those aggressive 4-8s that ends up blowing up in his face this time. Less, a little too canny to be caught out by it. Up mid again, the alarm bot is actually placed further back this time. Spotted out. It does give up the game for QCK.
Close pressure here from Klaus and Shy. Do they really want to just... Oh, they want to strike. Oh, Melser.
They always want it. And they get him. The double swing on QCK pays off for KRU. Now they've got their mid part of the map covered.
And again, so much of this from KRU, it's just so simple, yet well executed. And when the player's in form, it's working time and time again. They just have two players swing from Cat. A little bit of a distraction with Melser going wide. And then off that noise, the guys in mid, Klaus and Shy, felt comfortable to peek through market. It's nothing complex, but they're making it work. They're making it look so easy.
And that cross-map knife from Sadak, that late one into Cubby, tells them that the B side is the weakly held one. Spotting two players, despite 2 years losing out there. Here is the null command. Sadak wants to try and challenge through this regardless. He gets in behind a flash now. Les making his way towards B main, and the paranoia does not connect on Sadak. The lockdown now is going to be an issue though. Les will have to play from the outside of it here, and he might struggle for time. This angle will be watched by Klaus. Clear locks. Heat now, steps up, sat down. Klaus also. And the 1 versus 2 Les from Speedway is caught by Melser for 4. And KRU are back on top.
I mean, it doesn't even feel like Les has really had an opportunity to step up for this team. I mean, we know the kind of quality player he is. I mean, almost anyone would put him in their top 5. You just have to. And look at that again. It's just pure timing. It's just 4 players gathered up, 2 Cat, 2 markets, swinging together, catching those mid players in a pincer, and the confidence to just hit these shots. This team, man, Melser right now, 11-1. He switched off IGL to start having better individual performances so he could feel comfortable. Just send a shock dart over there. It's basically, I mean, it's going up every round.
But Cohen's in can't quite predict where it is. Yeah, he's missed it, I think.
I think he did on the 1 round, but I think they're just overcommitting a bit on that area of the map, and it's all, because of that, they're just losing the extremities. Oh, great entry though from Sadak. They can just hit the gas here onto the site.
Heat able to keep things slower though over towards Tree. This is unlikely to stop Loud for too long though. Flashing through the smoke comes Heat, catches onto Tui's. But Sadak is going to be there at least. Shire from the rafters. Nicely done by Loud. That one was elementary, my dear Watson.
I mean, listen, you just get an entry, you hit the site quickly off the back of it. All right, I mean, again, Loud will take anything they can get. And you don't need a lot of rounds on Ascent Attack to actually win the game.
Yeah.
Sometimes you only need a few and to win the pistol because the defense side, you can rack the rounds up here. It is favored.
Spike down.
And
One enemy.
sort of as a just a basic thing too, as I was saying before that fast round, I do want to see them fight more for some of the extremities. So much emphasis on mid, constantly losing out on A main. Here again, A main actually lost a wine position taken by Melser, but the majority of the Loud squad there just ready at B here to hit off the back of Sadok's null command.
That might force Shy to try and fight again. Unless he doesn't want to repeat that same behavior. No, it looks like this time he's going to give a bit of ground. Here comes QCK, lead the charge. Kesnet's vision going to be obscured briefly by that smoke, and Cowanzine punishes Shy as he tried to get at the jet. QCK now gets his way into market, and Klaus wants to step up, but Cowanzine is on the corner. Kesnet has to wait. Tui's able to TP across the speedway. Now all of Loud are embedded in this B site. And with 3 players, Crew have to unravel this.
Viper's Pit available for less 2 if they want to lock this thing up. 4 on 2.
Also, they may be out of sync. Looks to challenge that on his own, and Kesnet takes the wallbang damage. The Blade Storm here. Operated a hand, and I think Crew are calling a cancel on this. They're getting out of dodge.
It's taken a long time, but the economy finally broken here for Crew. Forced to save these weapons. 4 players, less than 300 credits each. Loud now with 3 on the board, and frankly, they have recovered this. I mean, that I'm already a bit content just with them having 3. If they can get more than that, obviously, I say this given that they then win the second half pistol, of course, but recovering things.
Pivoting away from mid, being less concerned about it. We saw the prior round, right? They challenge A main. They get a frag, they execute. This time towards B, they're able to come in with the null command.
Keeping it simple. Just winning with these big executes. And the null command, of course, on this map, when you get the opportunity to go for an execute like that, you just kind of have to take it. I mean, your odds of getting into the site, obviously you shut down all that KJ utility. You don't have to worry about getting stuck at the door or you're jet dashing in with the rest of the team getting disconnected, all that. It just, with mid at all, once again, it's just going to be that alarm bot there. Les still retaining the Viper's Pit if they can get into site again, Loud, and get that down to get a 4th on the board. Things finally going their way.
Crew see nothing off that 0 point. Get back to mid. The plan might be here for Loud. Now we already have QCK, Cowanzine both extending here. Aldrone to check these corners. Nothing to see here. Another step further. This time towards defender spawn for QCK. Post up on this angle.
Klaus has to pick this up now. Eyes off B as top mid is exposed. Look at how the Crew defenders are getting dragged around. Heat as well was double stacked towards tree. And now they're so focused on mid.
And that A main is almost uncontested. It's going to be up to Kesnet to hold this. There is a sense though, Heat starting to trend back in that tree direction. We'll be able to intervene in the event of a push towards A main, but Loud are waiting on this. Here's that smoke towards door. 0 point again, probably doesn't see anything at all. They're thinking it might be a fake. But Kesnet is still holding that heaven angle. And QCK gets into the cookie jar. That's Klaus gone. That's the Hunter's Fury off the table.
30 seconds
Kesnet's
left.
gonna have to go massive here. He can dodge a flash and then re-peek, dash away, try and get a kill. Look at this distraction from QCK. This is ridiculous.
He lost!
Kesnet lost a duel over on the A side as well. Melser tries to find his timing, but the judge fails to do so. Spike going down now, Sadhawk planting.
1 enemy remaining.
And there it is. This one has just fallen to pieces. I think Kesnet was forced off the angle by the Aldrone, potentially. It's unclear. Either way, he loses hard in that one. And this looks to be a 4th attacking round for Loud. Now, exceeding expectations, the ones that we had 5 or so rounds ago. Loud are well and truly establishing a foothold here, and they are pummeling this Crew economy.
Just trying to save his heat. I do really like how Loud played around getting the mid control this time, just really biding their time, leaving QCK there drawing eyes, and then that full push into A with the rest of the squad. And of course, QCK just finding that.
In the half.
I mean, I say timing pushing out. He was making a hell of a lot of noise. Klaus was looking straight at him, but he just cracks him in this duel. Dashes off.
Oh, what? They just bait the shot from Kesnet and then spam him down.
He had an opportunity for a kill as well, but just sprayed through that wall.
Didn't feel like he could get away. Maybe not the combination of Cloudburst and Tailwind that he needed.
And Crew are on such a run. 4 now for Loud on a sense attack, looking quite strong. They have that one-way in A main, it's Melser, but he's just gonna back off and play this one a little bit safer.
Cover going out.
Kesnit's trying to
Stealing
get some info on mid, was updrafting there. Paranoia now for Melser too. He is feeling the pressure on account of that drone. TPing further back again.
Right here.
Here's that Hunter's Fury. Klaus bringing it into this round. Kalmanzine throwing his own first, though. Good damage. Oh, Melser was never going to get away from that fragment. QCK here, Blade Storm out, punishes Kesnit. This is KRU forcing into this round. They still got 2 players left to work with now. Sardak with the plant here. It's going to be 2 players from Heaven to fight this post plant. And a Viper's Pit. That's going to cover A main and the door. Here we go, drop down. Klaus good for 1, Shy here in a 1 versus 2 to try and save it. Smoke thrown out in front, but Shy hangs on with 4 HP. The lockdown here to create the space, but Les is lingering close, almost too close. Spray through the smoke will not be enough. And Les comes alive. A 5th round for Loud to round the half out.
Switching sides.
I've got to be pleased with that.
It was looking absolutely disastrous for Loud. So many rounds in a row for KRU, 6 of them. And it all spilled out of control. If you remember, there was that first round they got just a small moment where Shy was switching weapons, got caught, and that was the first domino into 5 late rounds for Loud.
Oh man.
All of a sudden, all that good work KRU were doing up in smoke. I mean, Loud have worked themselves into a position where they don't even need to win the pit.
Winning 5 out of the last 6 rounds of the first half definitely represents a shift in momentum in Loud's direction. They've got to be thrilled to take 5 out of the half.
No doubt, that is more than enough on a sense attack. We'll see if KRU can try to do the same on the less favored side. A deep mid push from Loud. Les is just gonna back off here, taking damage through the door, and we're gonna be into a 5-on-5 retake situation now.
Leaving a player back in A main, that's going to be heat here. All of Loud converge upon the situation. The paranoia timing from Melser, who was stellar in the first half, will be crucial. Aldrome will come out first. Just before the 0 point came through, is QCK on the swing. 1 for 1. Hit flashed here, but ready to pounce into the fight as Les can
Last
challenge from
player
long
standing.
range. It's just Shy, who's on the outside looking in. Knows approximately where the spike is, but so risky to make this swing. And yeah, this goose is cooked. Loud get the dream start to their defense half.
Shy just so far away. Just trying to see if maybe some of those players that had pushed down mid were going to actually go for a full lap through the A spawn side. But that never ended up happening, so he was just way out of the fight.
1 enemy.
Really nicely done from Loud, though, spilling out from Heaven together at good times. Les dropping down. Finally, some positivity from the coaches there on Loud. It was dire, gloomy faces for a long time.
This is their lifeline already down a map in this series.
Oh my lord.
Kesnit giveth. Kesnit taketh away. This time, a free haircut for Les. Okay, buddy.
To be joking.
QCK gets a new one ripped there. Shy is forced to respect Sardak here.
Shot down.
And the weapon he brings, Kalmanzine can't get out of this situation. Will have to face down 2 here. It does it with a plum.
Spike down.
Beautiful 3 for Kalmanzine. And now Shy. Oh my goodness, that was a short outing for KRU.
Loud showing exactly why this is their map pick.
I
Things
feel
were
danger.
just looking awful for them. A must-win game here against KRU. Their chances at making it through to the playoffs if they lose here would be less than slim.
What an inflection point this would be in the fortunes and story of Loud here in stage 1. All smiles with Kalmanzine.
And look at this. Already a glass cannon operator picked up from QCK. Gonna be picking up the line towards A. That's going to allow the other 2 players near him, Omen, 2Es, and Sadhawk, to just double up on Cat. Completely forego B right now. They have the retake wall for it, so they're just content with fighting for the other areas of the map and using that wall for retake if need be.
We saw this from QCK against Cloud9 on Lotus. Just wanted to get the operator in his hands and control one of those lanes. Glass cannon or otherwise.
This wall, such a nuisance from Les. Having to work around that in mid, deal with it in B.
You have to cross it twice to go to Speedway as well. Let's see some action. Happy to fall back to the site. Kawanzine, though, fancies the challenge. Hasn't now brought down. This is the buy here for KRU, and so far not great from them.
Toxin screen down.
No one else on the side of Loud has really shifted from those A positions here. Unless we'll buy that time even more.
KRU now,
30 seconds
time
left.
dwindling, things getting scary. Great knife back sight though. That's going to get the info on both players.
We're going to see KRU wait. They're hoping for a peek here from CT, but eventually they're just going to explode onto the site. Dangerous. Let's get some damage on Melsery. Starter stepping forward. Kawanzine low. Let's just going to get cleaned out of Boathouse here soon
10
enough.
seconds left.
Now QCK and Tui's are grouped up here in CT, and that's going to be smoked off as KRU look to dig in for a long winter.
Smoke down from Tui's Paranoia went in as well, just to get this space to cross out over the stairs. And now QCK, that glass cannon operator we were talking about, he's gonna have to go absolutely crazy on the retake. It is so tough to use here.
Impossible, man. And they're obsessed with B main, but there's no one there for KRU. The roll here on the side. Tui's now to a hail of bullets. Heat will claim that final one, and KRU are back to business.
Again, doing something on attack that they excelled at on the first map are KRU, where when they're working into that site for a moment, it feels a little bit scary while they're slowing things down. Those Loud defenders have gotten themselves digged into back site, but it's their ability to calm things down in the hectic moments on these site execs that have won them so many attack rounds now, taking both maps here into account. I love seeing that from them, a nice layer of play in their game.
Might be an aggressive pop here from Loud. They're considering it. All right, well, they know about the Odin. KRU have to be pleased now to start to build a staging ground financially into this attacking half.
And of note, look at QCK, Sheriff in hand, because of that glass cannon buy. Tragic for him here, not even particularly close to the knives. So a liability for Loud. The rest of the team gonna have to step up in the fragging department, unless he can hit some sick shots here with that Sheriff.
Sadak, what a great intuition. Looks like he, despite the fragment being used, Sadak still gets a challenge and he wins it out. We are up mid here for KRU once more. Once they get a site in their clutches, they're very good at sectioning it apart and tearing it to pieces.
Big fight in B main. Les and Kawanzine stacked up here. Crucial trade from him. QCK now in backside. Kawanzine trying to assist with the recon for him.
QCK want to swing off the contact here for Kawanzine. This could get ugly though. Good, great swing with the Sheriff, and it's good for
30
two.
seconds left.
Now it's up to
Spike
Kesnet.
down B.
The tailwind gonna mean that QCK is awful slippery. With two players, the double swing here from CT. Kesnet has to go wild. That's pretty good. QCK down, the smoke's covered, and Tui's will convert. Now it's tit for tat as Loud get their 8th.
Really nice play in B main there from Loud. How they adjusted their setup over towards that site with QCK picking up the line on market, which just allows that stack there. Expecting the split to come in, you want to take one part of that split just I mean, I'm looking at his kill, which is just, I mean, just obscene from Sadak, but just cutting that split in two by taking control of B main. A really nice decision from Loud. On a map where typically you're expecting fantastic play. They were always so good on it last year with Sadak at the helm.
Dangerous for Sadak here. He holds his ground. Okay. The gun diff may be manifesting there. The weaker buy for KRU. There's an obstacle they have to overcome. They get the better of QCK there in B main. Swing off the flash here for Les. And he also falls. Shai says, anybody else? Fragment thrown behind him. He doesn't care. He's got no interest in that S key whatsoever.
Playing anti. Shy behind that box. Really well done to just catch out Les. Now Sadak probably just going to play for his life. Almost certainly. Look at the Loud positioning on the map. They've got them ensnared. Wow, what a first kill.
He's had an extra sensory perception for timing of the last couple of rounds. Freebie. Kawanzine going to step up here with the Odin. A free haircut handed out by Heat.
And the awareness from him to sniff that out.
Again, Spidey senses and all that
One suppressed.
Melsa spotted out there on stairs. And there's definitely the suspicion, of course. Suspicion
Enemy
of a player in B main, but again, a great feeling for timing from Melsa. Still with the Guardian now, it's going to be up to 2Es, and Melsa continues his riot through this game. What a powerhouse he's been.
Standout performance from him. 16-9 right now on the board. Him and Shy. What a closeout to the round. I mean, it starts there with Shy again. This guy is the king of B main. Just dodges that flash, peeks with the Guardian to take out Less, which just opens that site up, removes the crucial defender piece there.
Such a big round, Wyatt.
Gets rid of the wall, can't retake off of that.
Look at the economy of Loud. Shambolic. That was an inflection point there. Now his crew want to try and build a buffer of their own.
Knives pop from QCK, I believe. Try and make a big play happen for his team. He just did on the other with the Sheriff. Guy that we're always looking at right now to step up for Loud. Catches it on the entry though.
When he come to the king, yeah, best not miss. Les doesn't, even with the smoke in the way. They will be lit, of course, by that recon. And it's a pause for thought here for Crew, but they still want to scale into B. They're committed. Heat again in B main. Loud are going to have to contend with this crossfire.
Shy's doubled up with him as well. It's going to be so hard to get them out of that position. And now just this lockdown for the delay, but it does actually get broken through the wall because of that Guardian from Les. Bit of a misplay there from Shy.
That's massive. Klaus doesn't have much to go off there with the Hunter's Fury either. Loud are in a decent position for a retake, but he's so annoying. Stuck in the corner as QCK's knives come clattering to the ground. Flash from Heat, but not looking to push off of it. It's Les again, and then Crew get involved. Ooh, buddy, that's gonna hurt in the morning.
A lockdown or not, the positioning from Crew there was just sublime. The double up in B main. Heat playing in the corner. The flash is coming out for the other players to play off of who are entrenched in the site. And of course, the better weaponry doesn't really hurt either, does it? Look at that triple face together. Again,
Crew
it's
just put these little set pieces together on a dime.
the confidence again in their fundamentals. These guys just swinging together. They're not reinventing the wheel here. They're just doing all the little things perfectly, hitting all the right shots.
QCK gets one. Having to back away there in heaven. The TP from Elsa looks like it was cancelled, but Snip, he's always there. Smoking towards tree there, but Shy little sectioned off, and Les was flanking through mid. Crew got to commit now. Door to come down. Kesnet with a lot to do in managing this pressure from heaven.
Spike planted.
Cool positioning here, but because of that drone, Melser forced to go down. Was going to play a crossfire with Kesnet where he could jump up on his contact. This Hunter's Fury could be huge, though.
It is Kesnet's taken out. But Melser, hang on. Less than Sadak brought down here. It's only going to be Kawanzin. They've got to win this round, Loud. Can you bring Sadak back? They are pre-firing that angle. Kawanzin revealed as the smoke drops. And Crew strikes a mortal blow here.
I mean,
11th.
Look at Melser again. Late in the round, 21-9. Never need to see this man IGL another day in his life, Mitch. Not a single damn day. Since the swap with Klaus. Absolutely white hot on the Omen right now.
Oh, that's heartbreaking for STK.
From elation to disappointment on
Whole
his face.
spectrum of emotions.
This match has just been wild. Loud sent down to the eco, a hero rifle in the hands of 2Es. On the verge of their third straight loss.
Loud now have to clamber out from the doldrums. Two spotted by that 0 point there at Cubby. And Shy will just hold this position. The Spike and the rest of Crew are en route.
And
That
now
knife
just-
told them everything about where to be.
Absolutely. Jiggling main is Kawanzin.
Get out of my way.
No time for that, buddy.
Oh, he is in trouble and he needs to back away fast.
Null Command coming up at a beautiful time here. Keston with the knives out, looking to carve. And Kawanzin, the only resistance for Loud in B, has already been excised. Peek back to the side.
A lot of time to set up this post plant. They have an alarm bot for B main as well, which is going to expose QCK's flank.
Nothing working in Loud's favor here. Having to retake a player down with far weaker weaponry. This is where the magic has to happen for this Brazilian squad. Was their stage? Their hopes of the next international event? They will crumble to dust. Speedway here, Keston has eyes for it. Oh, the light! It's so good! 4 players caught off that recon. It's gonna be a trade though. Heat still wants to pressure here from stairs. We'll probably play ahead of this snake bite. No, back to safety. Crew still disciplined even in the heat of this retake. And Loud, they've got nowhere to get in here. They've got no time. They've got no chance. And they've got no players left standing.
All they can do is just try to play for a couple exits. Ultimately just irrelevant when you look at the state of the economy. Heat maxed out. Melser damn close to the same. And Loud damn close to their attempts to get to the playoffs, to go to Shanghai, going up in smoke for the first time, not able to make an international land since the dawn of this roster, since Sodhawk has stepped foot onto this team years ago.
They're looking, they've been searching for answers, this Loud squad, but their time has run out.
And perhaps the answer is in the hands of QCK with that operator. Almost a chance on the jump peak, but didn't have the reactions for it.
Smoke here at top mid. Crew want to be the ones that decide whether they get revealed on that lane or not.
Deploying drone.
Melsa will be critical here through A main. Whether it's directly or indirectly. All this util being thrown out to try and keep Crew at bay, but they taste the blood in the water. They're salivating for it.
That drone gets a lot of space up tree and off that Loud. Understand they have to control A main with the split coming in.
Here's the dash. Keston is there. Fearless as always now. Straight into hell, we'll see nothing there. Tui's now pushing up, maybe trying to take that angle, but Melsa has been so patient this round, and is a player in wine. He gets lit by the knife. Can he keep them interested here? Steady, real steady. Loud still have 5 to work with, but there's Melsa coming alive! And Loud now with 2 players up there on Heaven. Cohen's in to spray through's found 1, but less is left on an island. And QCK, often maligned, yet to take the highlights, gets brought down. The K they saw, they